Well, thanks everyone for joining us back here. Now, I want to tell everyone that dip I loved, but I tasted a little dill in it.
I did. I snuck a little dill in there.
Yeah, you did, but it's on the recipe.
It is on the recipe,
Okay.
and you could actually use any fresh herb that you like. I just like dill because it's a little mild.
It was really good tasting with that corn. I loved it. All right, so Labor Day, everybody takes that day and rests. So we don't want to really be cooking in the kitchen. These recipes are simple and easy. So this one is a couple of stages here.
We're making 2 sandwiches. Both are going to have the same tomato sauce. So we're trying to simplify so that we can use the same ingredients for a variety of different flavors.
Okay, great.
So we're starting with whole canned tomatoes. Then we're going to take about 8 or 9 cloves of garlic and just put them in there.
8 or 9 or 10. I love
It depends
garlic.
on how much garlic you like. If
Okay.
you don't like garlic, don't put it in there.
Okay, perfect.
And then some fresh basil, about a cup.
All right.
And we're going to put that over on the blender with just a little bit of salt. We
fresh
want a
flavors.
nice, spicy, garlicky, salty sauce.
Okay, good. So am I just blending this up?
We're just blending it, and we're going to liquefy it. And then we're going to pour in just a little bit of olive oil, maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons. If you like it a little more oily, put a little more olive oil in it.
Okay.
So as you can see, we have this just until the garlic is chopped up. We don't want to have any big chunks of garlic.
Yeah, but look at that beautiful basil in there. You can see it. Yeah, it's
and
gorgeous.
you have a little bit of this oil that's emulsified. It's blended up with the tomatoes and the garlic, so you've lightened the color a little bit, but you've got a really light sauce.
And it smells great, you guys. It really does. Maybe it's because the wind is blowing this way.
And you could always use your leftovers and make a little pasta.
Now, you said fresh veggies on the grill.
Fresh veggies on the grill. So what we have is some zucchini. Just going to cut them on the bias, a little less than 1/2 inch thick.
Okay.
And cut them, obviously, lengthwise.
Because these are going to go in a sandwich.
These are going to
so
go
we
in
want
a
them laid
sandwich,
that way.
and you don't want them too thin or they'll fall apart on your grill.
Okay.
We put a little bit of olive oil on it.
All right.
We don't want to put too much so that we don't have too much flare up on the grill. So now we also have some shrimp that we've peeled and deveined. You can buy the peeled and deveined shrimp already. That's what I recommend.
Yes.
And
I would do
while
that.
you're preparing it, keep it on ice just to make sure we're staying nice and safe.
Very good idea.
And then we've got some lemon juice and lemon zest. We're just going to, again, put some fresh lemon zest on the shrimp. And then you don't want to season your shrimp with the lemon juice until about 15 or 20 minutes before you're going to cook it, because the lemon juice will do this crazy chemical thing, and it'll actually sort of cook it and it'll toughen it.
Yeah.
So we just want the flavor of the lemon. We don't want to have a ceviche.
That's just such a strong acid, and it cooks it right up.
And then we're just going to put a little bit of pepper.
Pepper. Okay.
And just sprinkle it nicely. And I like to use the coarser ground pepper.
I love that you're using
I
this.
am kind of a fanatic and grind it myself, but that comes with the calling.
That's right. Absolutely. Okay.
And we're just going to toss it together a little bit. And like I said, let it set about 15 minutes.
I'm gonna keep drinking this because it's delicious too.
All right, are we ready to go to the grill?
We're ready. The grill's on. We put the charcoal on already, and again, Labor Day, you're outside, you're doing your thing. Use the match light. It's
easy.
All right, so we're gonna put these things on the grill. We'll be right back. All right, everybody, thanks for joining us back. This one is done. Take a look at what we've got.
We just have this beautifully grilled squash.
Those are gorgeous. One of the fun things that we've done with Tara today is we've brought her right out to the chipper field. You guys know chipper potatoes are for potato chips. Not a russet, not a red, it's a chipper. You can't buy the chipper in store unless you buy it this way. All right, so now we're making our sandwich.
What I have done is bought some pizza crust.
Okay, they're all loving you because you've done this. They're like, oh yes, the chef can do it.
You do get to cheat. You do get to cheat. So we just have a very simply pickled red onion with red wine vinegar.
Yes.
A little serrano pepper, or you can use a Thai chili, any kind of spicy pepper you like. Just gonna make little rectangles. You're welcome to make a whole pizza. It's just a little more difficult to eat, and then you can use these for just grilled flatbread
Perfect.
or whatever else you're having.
Well, see, I drizzle a little olive oil on it, maybe a little cheese, and put them in a basket right next to the
There you
sandwich.
go.
Easy peasy.
And we're gonna warm this up on the grill for just a moment.
See, and that's what's great about charcoal because
It stays hot.
it stays hot and you can just throw those
And you're
on.
not wasting gas.
Right, that's right, exactly. Now the sandwich.
For the shrimp, we're just going to run a knife over it very quickly.
Okay.
You're welcome to split it. It says in the recipe to split them lengthwise.
This is like another caveman cut for me. I love that.
You know, we're not trying to be fancy here. Nobody gets impressed by that. In fact, I think people get turned off by trying to be too
fancy.
proper.
Yes.
And it all chews the same.
And you know what? Since that was fish, I'm gonna wipe off one more
please
time.
do. And then we're gonna take a little bit of our tomato sauce that we made,
Okay.
and we're gonna toss it with the shrimp. And then this will go on the sandwich with some fresh arugula.
Okay. Again, everything that you're making, I would just eat that. Doesn't that look delicious?
So for the zucchini sandwich, this is an open-faced sandwich.
All right.
We take our zucchini.
Here's the assembly. This is fun to watch. Any zucchini you like. Whatever
Any
you like, put it on
zucchini
there.
you like, put it on there. Whatever looks good to you. You
right.
can put as much or as little as you like, but keep in mind it has to be able to be eaten.
Okay.
And then we've got some crumbled feta.
Ooh, that
I
looks
like
good.
feta because it's really sharp and tangy.
Now I'm learning Tara here. She likes the Greek yogurt. She likes the feta.
I
So
like
you like
sharp
the
flavors.
You like the sharp.
I
yeah.
like intense flavors.
Right.
To me, there needs to be a little bit of impact. We have a little serrano. You're welcome to put it on there if you want.
Oh yes, and you left the seeds in. I love
Leave the
it.
seeds in. You want the spice because
Okay.
you're not using a lot of onions.
All right.
Just cut it right down
Oh,
the middle.
I love that.
This is a messy sandwich. You're going to get your hands dirty.
I think that's
But you know
perfect.
what? We have something to wipe our hands with, I think, don't we?
Yes, we do. So that's perfect.
You can always just jump in the pool.
And look at exactly.
And then you have a nice little portion of Lay's potato chips.
Of course, don't forget the drink that
And
you
then
made.
your drink.
Oh, look at what you did. That's fantastic. We'll take this one.
right.
Now we have one more to make.
We have one more to make. And this is my favorite one. This is a crowd pleaser. Anywhere you go,
Okay.
take your fresh arugula
Here's your arugula.
or your spinach.
Okay.
But arugula gives you a little more impact. This is kind of a get your hands dirty, make it sandwich, or
Okay.
you could use a little spoon.
Everything you saw today, you guys, for Labor Day, you saw us do here, right here, outside in the beautiful potato field, bringing it home fresh to you. So it will be very easy for you to do it in your backyard or in your kitchen, or actually you could bring these as appetizers
could
even
absolutely bring these
to,
as
to
appetizers.
someone else's place. Tara, thanks so much for
It's
being
been a
on.
pleasure.
She is going to, in 6 months, have a baby, so we want to congratulate her on that. And of course, all of these wonderful recipes were fun, and you made them so easy
Well,
to do.
thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks for joining us.